Welcome to the Hidden Driveway Show. I'm your host, Amu, and join me today we have a very special guest, Alkaline Pink. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Oh my god. Hello. I make tunes.
You could say that, yeah.
I don't know what to say. I make a bunch of different music. Should I give like a rundown of like what I've made over the years?
I guess so, because it's a pretty like big range, I would say, in terms of like what you've done.
Yeah. Like I kind of first started getting attention online because I was making like sex trance. I was trying to fit into that like scene of like making hex music, but like just like really, really lo-fi, weird EDM. I didn't even really know like most of what I was making. I just knew that I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
So that was all my early stuff to like probably 2021, 2022. And I started producing for like some of my friends. Like I started making hip hop beats. They're pretty like hypnagogic and lo-fi. That was like for Narcosis. And then I met Sasha or Aja in probably July 2023. And I joined Winterposse and then just started making a whole bunch of weird internet hyper pop influenced like, I don't know. I don't even know what to call my music, really.
I mean, I feel like that's a good description, though, because I feel like a lot of people in that, like, I have a question about it later. I feel like a lot of people in that sphere of, like, Pretend Recordings and, like, Winterposse are the more, like, eclectic side when it comes to their music. It's like, I say that's a good description.
Yeah, I made a ridiculous amount of music last year. I put out, like, 12 albums or something. I don't even know how many it was. It was something like that. Some less good than others, in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, I had fun listening to everything when I was going through the stuff for the interview, so I had fun listening to it. But to get us started, is there anything that you'd like to talk about? Is there anything on your mind right now whatsoever?
I don't know. Thanks for having me on. It's my first interview. I'm glad that you were like interested enough to like check out my music. There's a lot of stuff, and also I don't know, a lot of stuff I feel like was maybe difficult to get through. I make really, really long albums. Usually, so I don't know. I appreciate the dedication of just.
No, I was happy to do it because
what you do here.
Thank you, because with you, like I had seen your name around for like a while, but admittedly I hadn't tapped in. And like, well, when I first started doing these, it was to help like platform my friends I already knew. It's been a cool way for me to like look at artists that I wanted to know more about, anyways, and like go through all their stuff. And I feel like I'm like way more like invested in their work afterwards because I had to like go listen through like everything. Like unfortunately I couldn't do that for years because again like you're saying, you have so much music out.
Well, there's a lot of people as well. There's like a lot of artists in the scene right now that I feel like deserve more attention. Like I could just list names like all day of people who I listen to their music and I respect what they make, and they all like, it's such a nice community. Like we all inspire each other. It's like pushing this weird sound. I don't know. Yeah, and we all kind of have our own unique takes as well. Very queer community.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
There's also just so many different like I guess like pockets like of the scene that it's like I knew about like the circles you were involved in, but admittedly like I guess that's just not who I personally talk to. So because of it, I'm not as like tapped in.
That's a pretty common thing for me. I feel like is like a lot of people know who I am. It feels like I'll reach out to a lot of people and they already like know who I am and stuff. Like in the scene, I mean, not like obviously big people really, but I don't know. It's strange. Like I guess it's because I've been making music in kind of in similar circles for years now, like online. So
yeah, like I saw that you had a song with like Ruby Red and like one with like Bappy more recently also, and those are people that I like talk to pretty regularly. So like there is like crossover, but it's just like I feel like the general sphere you exist in is very like different.
Yeah, that's because I feel like it comes out of like the hex scene. Like I work with people like Scythinus, and like that was really cool. Like years ago, I don't know if you know Kaiju Soup.
Only from the stuff that you've done with them, but I don't know their solo stuff.
Yeah, well, she was like some of my like first collabs ever, like years ago. Like on one of my first albums, it was in like 2020, I think. We had a song called like Self-Immolation, and then over the years, I kept making more music, and she'd put me onto a lot of stuff. Like back in the day, she put me onto like Yabijin, and also put me onto Spirit Girls. And now she's like very big in like the hex scene, like the hex rave scene. Not really like hex anymore, but just kind of like the rave scene that spawned out of the hex music online. And she's met people like Guppy and like a whole bunch of people like that in the scene. And it's cool to just like we bond over people like we used to just talk about their music, and now we like work with these people. Like I've made tons of music with Scytheness and like Kino Pro as well. Like I like listened to him like when I was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just cool.
Yeah.
Bridging gaps.
Because did you get into making music like during COVID initially?
Yeah. It was actually I originally started making music from like a high school project thing where you basically get to choose what you do. Like for like your final exam, it just has to be some sort of project that you work on over the entire year. So I just chose to make music, and it was really, really shitty. Like I'd basically just use like MIDI samples and shit, and I'd like make compositions with them. But like because they're all random MIDI samples, they're not actually the key that like the note that they like say like the note that you place them on the piano roll, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it was all so dissonant and fucked up, but I tried really hard to make something. And yeah, I just kept making music after that. Like I was just submitting all these terrible songs to my teacher. And then one of my friends told me about, it sounds like you're not even using VSTs. And then I learned about VSTs and I started downloading synths, and I got obsessed with analog synths. And then I made like synthwave basically. And like probably it was 2020, like early 2020.
Yeah, because like
funny time.
I went back to like your oldest stuff, like the singles you were putting out.
Yeah.
And like it definitely sounds like you got into music like during COVID, because like Hex like was like the thing at the time. So
yeah, it's kind of, I didn't even really know what it was. Like I found so much music through Hex. I didn't know what drum and bass was, but like I knew the drum groove, and I would like beatbox the drum groove growing up because it was just like a catchy drum groove to me. I didn't know it was drum and bass. And then I would start making like UK garage. This is super early on. I didn't know what that was. I just thought it was like dance music. You know what I mean? It was weird how I like discovered so much through basically a genre that's about remixing. Mm-hmm. But I would make my own stuff, and I had LMMS. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
It's pretty shitty, but it's also kind of cool. I made all my original stuff on that, and I'd put like bit crushers and stuff on the master, and then I would like make a song within the like it's already bit crushed, like, and I feel like it gives my old stuff like kind of a unique sort of feeling. Like I don't know if you heard Pink Tape.
Was that
that's like 2021?
I think so.
It's got a bunch of samples from the radio guy from Fallout 4. Like he's kind of like I wanted him to sound like he's a DJ for the album.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of funny.
Yeah, so are you on like FL now? That's what I'm assuming. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I switched to FL when I started making beats for Narcosis.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe slightly before. Actually, I had the collab EP with Kaiju Soup, and I think both of those songs were made on FL Studio. Those were like my first songs.
Yeah, because I know for especially with sampling stuff, like when I did Black Smoke Rise's interview a while ago, because she uses LMMS as like her primary DAW, and like
really
she uses it because she thinks that it's like she likes the challenge of it, but it's like, don't you have to like kind of like do code
I like
to
the
make
challenge
like
of it,
sample
but the
loops?
Sample shit.
Yeah,
the sample shit is ridiculous. You can't chop shit up.
Mm-hmm,
you have to like. It's actually agony. Trying to use that thing. It had a really good like soft clipper on the master though. Like I remember I could make really, really weirdly distorted stuff, and when I switched to FL, I didn't know that you could put a soft clipper on the master. Like it was just like the limiter. Mm-hmm. And for years I was just like, why can't it sound as loud? Why isn't it as distorted? Like, and it was driving me crazy. And Aja put me onto putting a soft clipper in your master, and then all my music was way too fucking compressed for like a year straight, pretty much.
Yeah, because like all of her stuff, or not all of it, but like a lot of it is really like blown out. I guess it's because of the soft clip like LMMS. But she leans into like super
especially
with her
stuff. Earlier stuff like Seraph. That tape is so blasted out, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess if I were to get into like how I like initially found out about you though. So like I said, whenever I go into an interview, I try to listen to as much of the artist's work as possible beforehand, so that I'm super familiar with them. And when I was preparing for Ghost 2CB's interview back in January, I checked out a bunch of their projects, which included Lockpicker, which is actually a cloud tape between them and you. And like I had seen your name around just I think on Instagram like a little bit, just in like the recommended. But I was like, well, I don't know who this person is. I don't want to follow him. But then I heard that tape, and that's how I first got introduced to you as like an actual like artist and not just like a screen name. Because I think I had seen you on like Rate Your Music probably also.
Yeah, I'm pretty I put a lot of stuff out on there, and I listen to a lot of music. I like cataloging it on there.
Yeah, I saw you listening to like Memphis rap like earlier today, like before we did this.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Wait, who was I listening to?
It's like Tommy Wright and like someone
Oh,
else.
I guess yeah, it was just Tommy Wright.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that tape yet. Almost always I'm listening to something I've never heard before.
No, I'm the same way.
And yeah, Lockpicker. That's like an interesting album. I think it has a lot of really good beats on it, and I love Sasha's verses. Like, she just sounds like an alien. I don't know how she sounds like that. Like, it's just her voice too. Like, she just sounds like that. I don't know though. I feel mixed about a lot of those songs. It depends. There's some really good ones. I like PS1 Meryl, but yeah, my voice is pretty rough back then. I don't know what I was doing. Also, my lyrics. I have so many songs where I just say some, like, I still say really dumb shit, but like, I just didn't know how to appreciate being funny, I guess, back then.
Yeah, I feel like now with your delivery,
just,
you're like lean into it like a lot more.
Yeah, make my music try to sound as silly and ridiculous as possible. Like, I mean, that was pretty evident, I feel like, with Insect and Joy 420. Like, even just the title of the album is stupid. Like, I don't want it to be seen as something that should be read into too deeply. I do have some music that's for that, like Spriggan. I don't know if you heard that tape.
Yeah, I did.
Has a lot of like more lyrical songs, I guess, like Religious Vomit. That's probably my best song lyrically.
Yeah, but going into this interview though, I know I had the chance to listen to, you know, your own solo work. It's been really cool seeing you operate as your own artist. When I was initially like introduced to you like through like keygeN, which is you and like Ghost 2 CP's like duo project.
Yeah.
And we talked about it earlier, but you started out making instrumental music for a few years. But over the last couple of years, you started doing vocals as well, which is what I've come to know you for. And your production always has this super cloudy yet like colorful feel to it. And your vocals are always really fun and expressive. So I guess what's some of your influences for your music? Because it covers such like a big range in terms of like what you make.
Yeah, it kind of differs from song to song. Like, obviously, I guess, like in the early days, I was influenced by a lot of like black metal and stuff. So a lot of my music was really hazy and like distorted, especially during like the Hexed era. But now I've always like really, really loved like the first era of hyperpop, like Alice Gas, From the Heart, like that kind of production style. And also like there's just my friends in the scene who really, really, really made me want to like start making really bubbly, annoying. Like, I feel like that's something I try to lean into, is I want my shit to be like annoying to people who like don't really like, when people would hear 100 Gex for the first time, like I want my music to be like that annoying or more annoying. Like, so people who like, I don't know, people get it, I guess. Also inspired by a lot of shoegaze too.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and like Japanese 2000s like bubbly stuff. I can't remember, like there's like this.
It's like Pico Pop, right?
Yeah, yeah, that kind of stuff. Or like also super hardcore stuff like Sonic Dragolgo.
Yeah.
Inspires a lot of my stuff. Like my really, really harsh EDM stuff. Like, I don't know if you've heard a lot of those songs, like Ice Cream Cake with Sasha or Asha. I keep forgetting that they switched their name.
Yeah. I think it's also cool because like even with like the Narcosis stuff, like I tried to a bit of that. Like that doesn't even sound like your production. I wish for like the most recent project. Yeah. Like it's so much like cleaner than I'm used to hearing your stuff sound.
I lived in like Quebec at that time, and that was when I first started like smoking weed. And I got into like, I just remember trying for years to get into like a mad villainy, and it just never quite clicked. And then I got it. I just like started smoking, and I really got it. I was like obsessed. I would listen to it like every day. And I worked at this shitty gas station, and I'd make beats at my job because like people would come in so rarely that I would just bring my laptop into work and make beats all day. So I made like an entire album of like this weird hazy production, like it all transitioned together. And then that rapper Eli rapped on like pretty much every song, like some I removed and all that. But like I made it like a beat tape of Fuzzy, like had vocals on it. So it had like a weird hazy hypnagogic boom bap vibe. Like I don't even know what to call it. It's like, I feel like hypnagogic rap is probably appropriate.
Actually, I feel like that's a good label for like the stuff you and Aja make in general, because it's like,
yeah, that's true. Honestly, Aja's music in general, like there's this one old compilation that I was obsessed with. I don't even remember what it was called. They named their stuff like crazy names. I would have to look at it, but it doesn't really matter. A lot of their music definitely falls into that vibe.
Yeah. And I guess like vocally, are there any influences you have? Like, I think like you said, Gex, like Laura Less is one I immediately thought of. Like, are there any
Oh
other
yeah,
people?
Lower Less, definitely. Well, Alice Gas, definitely. Oh, 8485 was a huge influence to me back in the day. A lot of my peers, like Aja, lately, been stealing a lot of Aja flows on like tread songs.
Hmm.
I feel like I gotta look. I don't even know. I'm influenced by a lot of plug stuff too, like rushy bands. I feel like kind of influences me a lot.
Hmm.
Like the weird, I like the sound of like breaking auto tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I try to do that. Like I try to make my voice crack on a lot of songs, like Brain Damage. I just like how it sounds. I feel like 8485 was really one of the top ones. Like back years ago, I would like just be obsessed with how her voice sounds.
Hmm.
Oh, like Doo-Wop Kane, actually. That's a good example.
That one makes
Doo-Wop's a
sense.
huge
Yeah.
influence on my vocals. Yeah, that's probably. Oh, like I used to also be super into High C, like the way that his flows are like really groovy. You know what I mean? Like it just makes you really want to like. That's something I really try to emphasize in my songs is like the groove of the flows. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah. I don't know if this is more production or vocally, but I saw that you used to listen to like a lot of Cemetery also.
Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, it depends on the song. I do have some songs that are definitely influenced by Cemetery. Like I don't know if you heard "Freakful as Heck."
Yeah. Yeah.
That tape has some songs influenced by Cemetery, kind of. But honestly, like his style never quite bled into mine. More so in like probably the production.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah. Because this is always so like hazy, and that's definitely like a part of yours too.
Yeah, I guess it's like a lot of my music. I feel like is just influenced by stuff to like get high to.
Hmm.
Like almost all my music is very influenced by just chilling.
Showing. I think more recently having fun also.
Yeah, that's true. Insect and Joy is definitely like I just want it to be bubbly and loud and in your face, and like you don't get a second to breathe. Like it's just always bouncing. Like it's just like you know that video of the deer in that really tiny room that's like jumping across the walls.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's like my music. That deer video.
Yeah, I was also curious about like.
Also like just insects. Obviously, like I like it to sound like itty bitty little bubbly sounds. Like all my stuff lately is sound font sounds. I'm sure you could probably tell.
Hmm.
Like some songs use like exact like the Mario Ba
Yeah.
and Gas Giant and Plants vs Zombies. That's that one. That sound font is in a lot of my music. And Undertale, that just goes without saying. If you use sound fonts, then you use the Undertale sound font. Like,
Hmm. I was curious on like your Blood, like I forgot if it was like an album or a mixtape, but like that project is like that's so different than like everything else I've heard from you.
yeah, that one is bizarre. I tried listening to it recently, and it just made me cringe the entire way through. I want to still pursue that sound, especially like the more EDM sounding songs. But I was like learning how to do death metal growls, and a lot of them are like wrong, and you can hear how wrong it is. And like I really fucked up my voice in a lot of those songs. But maybe that's kind of the appeal, is just how fucking there's no rules followed with it. I just wanted trap metal to actually be like metal, kind of. You know what I mean? Push my vocals literally as far as possible, and I still want to do that. I want to like try to be literally as unhinged as I can possibly be. The first one I made was knife in my hand with a smile on my face. Also, it's all very cheeky. It's very stupid song titles and shit. It's not really meant to be that edgy. Like it is edgy, but it's like I know how silly it is.
Yeah.
That song was the first one I made, and I think the vocals are pretty good on that one. Like my growls are really deep. But what is the one that's good? Saw Your Head Off. Like the song's produced by Seattle, my friend. She makes so much insane music. You should absolutely check her out sometime. Like she makes ridiculous stuff. I'm sure you heard a lot of her verses in my music. And like Splatter, that one's also produced by her. I want to do more stuff like that. Though people were saying it's crunk core, which is a little bit, that was demotivating. But honestly, if I'm able to make interesting crunk core, then sure.
I forgot what's the one artist that was making a bunch of that people talk about. Was it Broken Side? Was it that?
Blood on the Dance Floor? Oh, that one too, yeah. Was it Blood on the Dance Floor? I can't remember if that's what they're called. But that might have been like something else. Broken Side was, though.
Yeah, what was your recording setup like when you were doing that? Because I know you told me like you were in like a garage at one point, like in the woods during part of it. It's like you're yelling. So like, where did you find space to do that?
Yeah. It's honestly embarrassing even thinking back to it. Like, so okay, yeah. All my old music from like Anomaly Chorus, actually Trilobite till like One Rot 3, I think was some songs were recorded there. I don't know. Most of my old music up till Spriggan. Spriggan was recorded somewhere else and had like a good sounding mic. All those old songs were recorded in this garage in my old town that I lived in, London, Ontario. Obviously not like UK.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't have a mic back then. I just recorded everything on my phone, and it was in a garage. And I would only do it when my friend went to work because everyone lived on like the third floor. So I was just hoping maybe they couldn't hear me. They definitely could though. Like when I'm screaming like that, there's no way you don't hear me outside everywhere. Like you hear me, but whatever. I already told everyone that I recorded and that I'm sorry if you hear me because it does not sound good when I'm recording. I'm not a good singer. And I have neighbors here too. I feel bad for them. I just had my phone and I would scream into it. Like I had an MP3 recorder on my phone. So it would just be an MP3 file and I could just send it to Google Drive because I had like that built in. And I had my laptop just plugged into the wall. Like, and so I could listen to the beat and loop it back like to the parts that I wanted to re-record a bunch. And I couldn't hear what anything I was doing sounded like, obviously, because it was just like screaming into my phone. So I'd have to like go back and re-record sometimes. And every time it was like an hour-long MP3 file that you're just chopping it up and it progressively like goes through the song. I don't know, like good things came out of recording like that. Like all my stuff is punched in now, pretty much. So it maybe loses a little bit of the like human feeling of like, you know, you can hear that it's all one take during certain parts. But you could also hear how not great of a vocalist I am. So though I'm working on it. I'm getting better. I put more character into like more like weird inflections and shit into my voice now. And I'm going to be working on the screaming and growling and shit. I want to get better at that. There's other people who are really good in the scene also with like the modern trap metal like Jalfa D. She has some really, really good music. She was also my first collab before I even collabed with Sasha. Like in 2023, we made a song called Smart. It was like I think it was my third recorded song. That was in Toronto, also recorded on my phone, but in a closet. And it sounded a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
The garage was rough because it would echo my voice and you could hear the room noise. I couldn't get rid of it. You could hear it on the Anomaly Chorus really bad. Like that album sounds so rough to me. Some people still like it and they think the bad quality is like the charm. But I still think of like deleting that album all the time because I just want people to listen to my new stuff instead. It's so much better.
Yeah, I feel like the recording setup is always like the big struggle for people though, because like everyone just like lives at home or in their apartment or something, and it's like it's so hard to be able to figure out something that works.
Yeah.
Like I have one friend.
Actually, I got a mic because my friend gave it to me, and the Focusrite.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just went over and I like pointed it out, and she's like, "Oh, you can take this." So yeah, shout out her.
Yeah, and when it comes to even doing vocals in the first place, like why did you decide to like start doing vocals? Because that's a pretty big jump considering what you were making like before. Because it's not like you're doing vocals for those kinds of songs. It's like completely different kinds of music that you're making now.
I always kind of wanted to, but I just thought my voice wasn't good for it. But then when I was working with Narcosis, and this is no shade to them, but it was just like relying on someone to hop on your beat, and it would be like weeks or months in between for every song. And I just got sick of making all this stuff that didn't go anywhere. And I would start making more digital stuff, and then they didn't like it. So then I just started making my own music, and then I stopped making like the boom bap influence stuff, which I'll definitely go back to at some point. Like I'll make more hypnagogic weird stuff like that, but I'm just into bleep bloop shit at the moment. I like when it sounds all annoying and digital. Like I started making trap beats and they just weren't really a fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided like, I guess I got to do it myself. Like, I don't know. And I wanted to carry the spirit of people that I liked, like, you know, original, like hyperpop kind of evolved into something I didn't really like as much. Like people call my music digicore, but I'm not a huge fan of most digicore kind of stuff. I like how raw like hyperpop was when it first started. Like I don't think I'll ever really have super clean mixing and production. I just really like lo-fi music, and I love that about like early hyperpop. It was just so off the rails and chaotic, and I wanted to like harness that more, which I still kind of got out of making the weird hypnagogic rap that I was making before that. But and I still tried to do vocals in that original stuff. I just didn't like my no auto-tune voice. And then when I used auto-tune, I was like, wow, this is awesome. I can say anything and it sounds kind of good.
Mm-hmm. I get what you mean with
I've
digicore
been
though.
doing no auto-tune recently though.
I get what you mean with digicore though, because I feel like a lot of the vocals are generally more like chilled out for that kind of stuff. It's like the opposite of like what you try to
and
go
it's
for.
too like it's like really compressed. Like people like I don't know. I guess I don't even need to give examples. Like it's just a general sound. It's too like brick walled and clean and icy. And then, yeah, the vocals are like all like high end and stuff. I just like when it sounds more. I don't know. I guess on my albums I try to make every song sound different, like mix wise. I want every song to have like a different texture. I don't want stuff to be too like I don't know. I just like the variation.
Yeah. Also, where'd your name come from? Because like that's like a very like specific artist name. Like I think you don't just come up with that like on your own.
Alkaline Pink.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wanted something with pink in the name, like pink. Like I wanted it to sound like a name. Like it could be like I don't know, like a fictional character's name. You know what I mean? So I guess that was the idea. And then people just started calling me Alky Pink. And then I just like how that sounds more. So I just use Alky Pink now. And then Insect Enjoyer, I just wanted something really like I just dropped a lot of music under Alky Pink on SoundCloud. People just stopped listening to anything that I put out. Like I would drop like an album and it would get like 15 plays. It's not a huge deal. It's just annoying because like I put more work into the new stuff than the old stuff usually. But I also can't blame people for being like, oh my God, another album. So I just changed the name and then it worked. It like got way more attention than anything I'd put out under Alkaline Pink in a while. But now it's been so long, I'm going to start releasing under Alky Pink again. But I'll probably do that more, like switch up names. So it doesn't even really mean anything. I just thought it sounded cool. I was just trying to think of something that sounded like a name. I had a bunch of other like ideas like back then, like stuff with pink in the title, but I just chose Alkaline Pink. It's honestly not that interesting, I guess.
I mean, it's still a cool name though. Also,
cool.
like I saw that you were into like Steven Universe and like Adventure Time, obviously, and I feel like that name could fit into like one of those shows also. So.
Oh yeah, that's cool. And yeah, Adventure Time, especially like I make whole songs about Adventure Time. Like, I don't know if you noticed with songs like Anywhere, Anymore, or that one song, I can't even remember what it's called actually, but it samples the like I Remember You episode.
Yeah. I knew you did like Gummed Up Inside like on the same album also.
Oh yeah, and Gummed Up. That's true. Forgot about that one. Or Gummy, I think I called it Gummy.
You called it Gummy, yeah.
There's a couple other ones that are Adventure Time songs in there. I Was Looking at You samples the one where that like I can't remember what the episode's called, but it's like the bee girl wants Finn's flower.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's called You Don't Remember Anything. That's the like dance song that samples I Remember You. Maybe that's it. I think there's still like I referenced like that episode where it's raining knives and they're like hiding in the treehouse. I reference that a lot. I don't know why. I really like that visual of raining knives. I just love how that show looks. I love everything about Adventure Time. I'm obsessed. Like, also the music, like the soundtrack for Adventure Time is a huge influence on my like annoying, hyper, like bleepy bloopy sound. Like I try to do more atypical beats instead of like trap stuff now. I just like the whimsy, I guess, of like the feeling of Adventure Time. Like, I don't want to say his name because it's probably gonna be wrong. I just tried to make more stuff like him, like Mandler at Party, like that song. I love that song. Like, it's just such a good soundtrack.
There is cool stuff with it too, because like I know there's like Juke in part of the show because like the bug.
Yeah, actually, Juke does influence my sound a lot. Juke and like Snap and like Low End. I like that like early 2010s weird stuff. Like also like OG jerk music, like Young Sam. Like that kind of stuff really influences my music, or like even just Lil B, like the really annoying Lil B songs, like I'm a Martian.
Yeah,
like that kind of shit influences my sound a lot. Or actually, futuristic swag has been influencing me recently. Like I listened to J Money, his like futuristic mixtape. I don't remember what it's called. It's literally called like Futuristic Swag, I think. That tape is insane. It's like OJ to Juice Man if he was just like really happy.
So while I was initially exposed to you through like Lockpicker, as I said earlier, like I was aware of some other like groups that you were and like circles you were in before I actually knew who you were, because I knew about like Winterposse, which goes to CB's like collective that you're in, And then you're also part of the net label Pretend Recordings, which features Domino Paranoia, who I've also interviewed in the past.
Oh yeah.
And both
Forgot
of
that
these
she was on here.
groups are, I'd say, like more like a collective and like alternative in terms of what they make compared to like the scene that I'm familiar with, I guess. And considering that's who you
Yeah.
like talk to the most, I'm sure that influences your music a lot. So I was kind of curious how you got involved with those groups initially, and I guess how they've like impacted your work.
So I joined Pretend Recordings because of Therator. She makes crazy like I found her years ago when I was obsessed with Hexed. She had this tape called like it might be like Frozen Isolation or something like that. Maybe it was just called Frozen. So I ended up getting her on a bunch of my old songs on like Narcosis tapes. Like she's on 2 of the songs in the Narcosis album, and then we just kept kind of making music. And I saw like Pretend Recordings pop up over the years, and I just asked to join. And then I did, and I started releasing like my original like EDM tapes in there because like they kind of started out as like a Hex label, like of like weird Hex artists, and then kind of influenced by like Plug and B and stuff too. Oh, Frozen Template is what that Therator tape's called. I recommend it. It's very good. Yeah, influenced my style a lot. I just wanted to make music kind of like Therator, like back then.
Mm-hmm.
And still, I'd say I'm pretty influenced by Therator. Like she just has like really unique flows. Really hypnotic production, like influenced by like almost like Whole Lotta Red leak type trap beats, like similar sounds. Like at least that's why I was really drawn to her sound. And I'd still say that era of Playboi Carti actually influences my music still. Like just I remember being in high school trying to find as many leaks as I could. Like I would go in DatPiff and I'd like find compilations of leaks there. And then yeah, I joined Winterposse because of Aja. We like linked up and recorded a music video that I don't think ever got released because it was pretty bad. And then we just proceeded to link up a whole bunch of other times. Like after we made Lockpicker, like once was on like literally New Year's. We did like a bunch of mushrooms and made a bunch of songs that ended up on Trilobite, that mixtape, which is not one of my best. I think that's probably my worst one. It's all right though. And then we linked up during March break. And we made a bunch of stuff for One Rot 3, which just like we held on to forever. I don't know why I'm giving this rundown, but I guess I might as well finish it. And then we linked up like in like July or June or something like that. And then we literally moved out of my London place together, and then I went to a job. And then I got them a job at that place. And then we made a whole bunch of music there, like Ice Cream Cake. Yeah, we were screaming so loud for that song. I don't know if you heard that song. Literally so loud. Like I was sitting outside talking to someone by like the fire because we were at a like it was basically like a camping job pretty much. We were like housekeepers, and they were just like screaming in my room recording, and it sounded like they were dying. Like it's crazy. And she said she's never screamed that loud ever. Like so it's cool. And it's actually funny. Aja talks so quietly, like literally it's impossible to like understand what she's saying in person. You constantly have to tell her to speak up. And then when she was recording that, it was just like letting out everything. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. And then I became like one of the people who's like most active, I guess, in Winterposse. So then Aja trusted me to like invite new people. So I invited a whole bunch of people, like people who I just like looked up to, like Seattle, people who influence me, and people who I feel like will continue to like just be real and make music that they like for, you know, the sake of making it. And then like more recently, Ponzi, she makes some of my favorite music ever. Like when I first found her music, she actually hit me up first asking to collab. And then I listened to her music, and it made me like hate mine for a while because it was so good. And now we have like a collab tape that's dropping pretty soon. I also have a collab tape with Flip Phone God. Shout out Flip Phone God.
Stuff of them.
She did all the covers and artwork for the like Insect and Joy tape, like the album cover and the visualizer on YouTube and everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I know you rep Winterposse.
Did that answer
like,
the question?
Music. Yeah. I know like you rep Winterposse like a lot in your music.
Yeah, kind of all of us do, honestly. Yeah, all the like most active people at least do. Like Sasha does. Or, oh my god, whatever. Aja does. Flip and God does. Like Seattle does a lot. Even Ponzi talks about like igloos and shit on our songs. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, and
I just want the name out there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm, yeah. And how was recording with Aja like in person? Because like I feel like recording it can be kind of like an
Pretty
awkward
awesome.
thing. So like doing it like in person could be like a little like nerve wracking, I'd imagine.
It was a little bit awkward at first, but like not even really. Like we recorded one song which still even came out. It was one of the songs in Spriggan. I don't remember which one it was. That was like the first song that we like recorded. Wait, no, I don't think it was. It doesn't really matter. Oh wait, actually no, I do know. Okay, I gotta look. I'm sorry. Oh, Emo Queen Free Verse. That was the first song. We were both like really quiet on it, but it still ended up being good. It had this like weird chill vibe, and it just kind of got better, and the stories got better. Like there was this one time, like I have pretty bad ADHD, and I stopped taking my meds a while ago because like I don't know, I had bad shit because of them. But she had like a different kind, and she'd like put Vyvanse in her water, and we drank a bunch of Vyvanse water, like not a lot, but enough to record literally all day until like 3 a.m. And we didn't eat all day. It was literally like 3 a.m. and we're like, we haven't eaten. We just like realized that, and then we went up and made food, and we recorded like Baphomet. I don't know. We recorded a bunch of songs that day. I can't remember my song titles. It's bad. And like Rip Glacier, Pinks, like Shadow Mirror, I think. All those songs were like all from that day. Like it was like 6 or 7 songs just in a row back to back. So it's really fun. Like we just, and like when you have someone to work with in person, like you're just motivated to like grind all day. Like at my like last job, it was like every day we'd finish work and then just start working on stuff. Like we had this friend who had a giant JBL speaker, and we just like borrow that sometimes and make beats and record on them later that day until like late. That I don't know. It was awesome. There was just like a lot of good memories. Oh, actually, there's some really good ones. Like at my old job that we recorded a whole bunch at, there's songs like Captain Crunchberries. It was a full moon, and we walked out to this dock, and then we recorded on the dock. Like I have pictures of it, and we were just sitting in the middle of like I don't know. We were just like floating on the water with my laptop and a mic, and like these candles lit around us. It was so chill.
That sounds awesome.
We recorded Captain Crunchberries, and I think We 3 Style was also recorded there.
I'd imagine working with her is also fun because like it negates the issue you had before with having to like wait for people to finish stuff. Because like y'all are there in person, so you can just both like actually just like do it in the moment.
We have nothing else to do, especially at that job. Like you're just stuck in the middle of the forest. Like there's literally nothing to do but like make friends and get drunk, I guess. Like everyone drinks a lot there. It's crazy. But it's kind of the perfect place for me to like work on music. It's just so isolated, and for me, being in nature is just so inspiring for my music. Like it just makes me want to keep going.
Yeah. And when you say being involved with those circles, like does it push you to make like weirder music because it's like the vibe of everyone in there?
I don't really know. Not really, because like everyone makes really unique music. I guess some people do. Like it depends on the song. Like a lot of the times when I make stuff, it's just kind of like I just sit down and it happens. Like I don't have any idea of what I'm gonna do. There are some times where we try to just make the weirdest thing possible, but like we all just make what we make, and it's usually weird. Like Sasha, oh my god, Aja was telling me about how like she doesn't intend to make weird music. Like it just ends up being weird because that's just how she makes music. Like she was just trying to make regular trap beats, and they would end up sounding like that because that's just how her mind. Like obviously she does make stuff that's influenced by like that's more like albums though, like where she's really focusing on like bringing an atmosphere together. Like I feel like she's similar to me where it's just whatever happens in the moment.
Yeah, I was just asking because I feel like people are usually influenced like by their friends because that's who they talk to and like listen to the most stuff from. So it kind of just seeps into your work like subconsciously.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say like Ponce and Seattle like influenced my music so much recently. Like when I found Ponce, it just made me want to start making like dance music, and that's where a lot of those dance songs on Arthropoda came from, because like Deep Sea King and stuff like that all came from listening to Ponce music and just wanting to like kind of make my sound more poppy rather than like trap influenced. And even the trap influenced stuff is usually influenced by like a weird side of trap, like juke, something that's not usually that explored. I don't know. I just listen to a lot of music, so I know the weird stuff that I like want to hear that maybe I haven't heard yet. That's usually what comes out of me when I just mess around and make beats.
Mm-hmm. We also talked about this before. You've been bringing up a lot of stuff that I had questions about. But what you mainly go by, Alkaline Pink for your art, or I guess Alky Pink sometimes also. For your most recent project, though, which I want to talk about more later, I decided to don the name Instant Joy 420, which, like, for me as a new listener, was a bit confusing at first. But after looking through your Instagram, I realized that there is no one more deserving of that title, because for years you've been posting just like random bugs that you find around Canada. So I guess like what draws you to insects so much, and like what are some of your favorites? Because I'm sure you're way more tapped in than I am.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've always loved bugs. Like ever since I was a kid, my mom would just like show me bugs and stuff. It's like she wasn't scared of them, so it just made me really like them. I think like. Also, my old house had like a ridiculous amount of grasshoppers, like an actual like absurd amount of grasshoppers. So I would always go out and especially catch them. Like I just loved, like grasshoppers are my favorite. Like grasshoppers and like katydids, things like that. Like the little jumpy, like long leg guys.
Mm-hmm.
Crickets are cute, and obviously like mantids. Like there was like a lot at my old house. They'd be up like the wall occasionally. It was like it would be like I'm dreaming every time I'd find one, because it would be like every couple of years as a kid I'd catch a mantis, and then we moved and I'd find even more. And then I don't know, I just like arthropods in general. Like I was also catching crayfish and stuff as a kid. Like I just like inspecting little creatures and looking at them. For me it feels like Pokemon. Like you're out looking for, like I take pictures of all of them and I just like document them. I keep them. Like even when I was a kid I like drew before I was into music, and I would just draw pages of like different spiders that were like in the area, and I would like write about how big they are and all this. Like I just tried to make my own little like just like a book full of, yeah, literally, yeah. And I pretty much have one of those now, like this app that I just use to take pictures of bugs. I've had it for like 5 years now. I just take a picture of a bug and it like tells me what it is and it saves it so I can look through all the different things I found. Literally feels like a Pokedex. I don't know. They don't get enough love also. Like people just treat them as like pests, and like they'll kill anything that comes near them. Like I'm a housekeeper right now. It's boring, but whatever. And I'll find like people squishing moths into the walls, and it's like, what is the point of this? Like it's just like a little guy. I don't know. People don't understand how like harmless a lot of them are, I guess. I like animals in general though as well. Like I would catch snakes and frogs and all that shit. I just like nature.
Yeah, I know you have a song about it, but I like cicadas a lot too, because just the noise makes it so like calming.
Yeah, cicadas are awesome. That like song Cicadas, I don't know if you heard that one. That beat apparently wasn't sampling cicada sounds. It's just a synth that sounds like cicadas, but it really, really does sound like cicadas. So that's literally why I made the song about that. And that was originally for an album called Top 10 Most Epic Bugs of All Time. It's supposed to be like I'm still gonna do the album, I think, eventually, as like not a sequel, because I didn't make the other one, but you know that Top 10 Most Epic Fish of All Time album?
I don't think so.
No? Well, I thought that was like really funny. It's like an ambient album, really weird ambient music, but I thought it was really cool. So I wanted to make something like that, but about bugs instead, because I thought it would like get attention. I just thought it was funny, because I thought that other album was funny, so I thought maybe I could do something similar. And people would also probably know that it's like a reference to that. I like that. I like referencing a lot of stuff in my lyrics, like stupid shit. Just the other day, I referenced that Chief Keef parody video, I'm Foolish. I just like putting things in there for if you happen to notice it. Like, you know, like you're not going to get all the references in my music, but if you get a couple, like that's cool.
Yeah.
That's why I put them there.
Are there any bugs that you're not a fan of? I know that's big ask. Are there any that you don't fuck with?
Well, like the obvious ones like mosquitoes and ticks. There's a lot of ticks in Canada who make me like eek. What else do I not like? I'm chill with most, to be honest. I mostly just don't like the annoying biting ones, like deer flies when they're spinning around your head. They make me want to like blow my brains out. They make me so annoyed. I don't know. I'm chill with most bugs, honestly. Just like the biting ones, the ones that like are just pests. Like even wasps, I like. They're chill.
Like I know they're harmless, but like cockroaches for me, I just can't do, especially because like where I live, every summer my house always gets infested with them.
Yeah, I mean that's different. Those like the infestation type of cockroaches. Like, there's not very many in Canada. At my old job, like in the woods, we'd get cockroaches, but they were small and they were just like they'd exist in the woods, so like they didn't bother me. But
Yeah.
obviously, yeah, if my house was infested with cockroaches, I wouldn't be chill with that.
Yeah, we have like traps set up in mine right now because it's getting. It's not like awful, but it's like we keep seeing them like every couple of days, and it's like that shouldn't be happening. So
No, that's fucked up. It happens though, especially just in America. I don't know what it is with cockroaches there. There's just not many in Canada.
I think because it's colder where you live, because like I live in Texas in the U.S., so
true.
it's like way hotter here.
Oh well, yeah.
So they come inside a lot because of that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I like the temperature in Canada for the most part. I don't like when it's super hot.
Mm-hmm.
Going to Australia soon though, and I'm worried about that. Hope I can link with Stealthy Noob. That'd be cool. Shout out Stealthy Noob. Actually, yeah, there you go. Sydney Phillips was a huge influence in my vocals.
Mm-hmm.
When I found her music. She's so good.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that much of her, but I know she's like an Australian like plug-in B artist, right?
Yeah, that Staunchly album.
Yeah.
You should absolutely hear that one sometime. That's such a good album.
I guess actually speaking of summer, so well, I won't be anymore by the time this interview is out. I'm currently on summer break from college, and admittedly, my sleep schedule has not been holding up that great. I've been having fun and enjoying my time, but admittedly, I've had multiple nights of summer where I've been going to bed after the sun is up because I was just up when I talked to my friends. And coincidentally, one of my favorite songs off your Walking Backwards project is Until Dawn. And while I know that title is referencing the video game, I'm going to take that title.
It's referencing a bunch of things. I said Until Dawn like 5 times in that song, referencing something different every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I looked at SoundCloud and the cover for that song was from Until Dawn, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the picture of whatever girl getting killed by the like Wendigo thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember her name. That's a fun game though. It's a fun song also. I like that song. So, Walking Backwards was one of my like probably best tapes.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. But given that song's title of Until Dawn, what are some like your favorite memories from just like staying up super late at night?
I mean, honestly, when I was a kid, like playing fucking Happy Wheels with my friends when I'd have them over, play Happy Wheels till like literally 4 a.m. There was this time I got all my friends to come over and they brought their DSs and like Pokemon games and stuff. But I put my one friend onto Skyrim, and it was his first time playing Skyrim. And he just played Skyrim all night while the rest of us were like chilling there. Like we were like, I wanted him to play Skyrim. Like it was good. I liked putting him onto the game. While the rest of us were playing Pokemon Black, I think. Pokemon Black 2. Yeah, that was fun. That was a good memory. Like childhood memories. Lately, I just stay up late because I'm like, it's when I don't have a job really that I'm really, really bad with my sleep. Like I'm still bad with my sleep schedule now, but like a couple months ago, like, yeah, I was like you said, I would be up till like 9 a.m. for no reason, for literally no reason. Like I'd be playing The Witcher, like, or something like that. Or like I wouldn't like do anything all day. And then like, I don't want to like just go to bed without doing something in the day. So I'd just stay up all night to like make a beat.
Mm-hmm.
Cause like, I don't like when a day just goes and that's it. Like I want something to remember from like pretty much every day if I can.
One thing,
like last year I was recording every day. That's why I had so many songs and so many albums.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it hasn't been released as well.
One thing I've done because of that thing you said actually is like I've been doing like a daily picture thing like since 2020. So it's like even if I can't remember that day, I know that I was at least present for it because I have that picture of myself from that day.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then I get to like scroll through and see how I like aged over the years. I've been doing it for 5 years now.
Yeah, you can make that video.
It's just for me, but I might if it gets to like 10 years. Cause I don't know why I'd ever stop doing it.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing to do. Honestly, I used to take a lot of pictures myself, but I just stopped. My phone screen makes me look like a ghoul. So
I get it.
Yeah.
Have you ever had like a night where you're just like super locked in on music and you stay up like? Because I've had those too, where you don't want to lose like the inspiration for it, so you just keep going.
Yeah, I've had that a lot. Sometimes like I can't anymore, like because I live with my girlfriend, and I would just feel bad. You know what I mean? Because like she doesn't always want to have a terrible sleep schedule, and if I'm being annoying, like it's gonna happen sometimes. I don't know, like especially when we didn't have a job, when we were looking for a job. It was yeah, I've definitely had a lot of nights where I've just been like, I don't usually record super late anymore, because if I was like living alone, I would for sure. But like, Yeah, at my like job, like my last job where I was like in the forest on my weekends and stuff, I would stay up really late, like recording.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it though, because I just didn't want to disturb people. I always lived in a house with other people, so I didn't want to like be too annoying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have sometimes though, like that night with Aja that I mentioned earlier, where we recorded like 6 songs for One Rot 3. We've had a few days like that, like when we had a bunch of backwoods that we stuffed with weed, and this was like when I first tried them, so I'd get like a crazy head rush on them because I don't smoke nicotine. I only do it if it's like a blunt, because then it's actually fun. I'm not trying to just like pay for nicotine all the time. It's, to me, it's dumb. But yeah, we made a whole bunch of songs, like the Tom Ford song. Also, yeah, a bunch of the songs that ended up on Aja's last tape, like the one that's produced by Sacredeer, and then there's like a couple other songs that, oh yeah, the one's produced by Ty Cox, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? All those songs were recorded like while she was waiting for me. So I don't know. We like, it's usually when I'm with Sasha, to be honest. Like just because otherwise I don't want to disturb people. But
yeah, I have the two with like being awake because I'm talking to other people. Because like I feel like if it's just me, I cap out at like 2 a.m. usually. But if I'm like talking to people, it's like until someone calls it off. Pretty much, I never want to be the guy that like ends it.
No, that's actually me too. I can never be the one that's like, all right, I'm leaving, because otherwise I just feel like I'm missing out. Like, I don't want to miss out on whatever funny shit happens.
I know my first week of college, freshman year, I was in my friend's dorm until like 5 a.m, and she had to be like, "It's time for bed, dude." Like she had to, it was like, "You gotta go back to your room," because we were in the same building, just different rooms. She was like, "You gotta go to bed, dude."
Yeah, I definitely feel bad for my girlfriend. I just have a different sleep schedule. I don't like going to bed. Like, I like it if I'm exhausted, I guess, but I just don't. I wish I didn't have to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could just like live my entire life in one go. You know what I mean? Without sleeping at all.
Yeah. No, I feel that way too. But like, I like dreaming too much. So like, that's like the one thing where it's like I'll sleep for that.
I don't dream anymore. I mean, when I go to Australia, because weed is illegal there, I'll definitely be dreaming again. But whenever I do dream, it's like extreme paranoia. Like it's like every time I have a dream, it's just like bullshit. And then I wake up, like it's so bad. Like I'll just wake up feeling like shit because my dreams are so crazy. Not always. Like sometimes I have nightmares that are so reoccurring. It'll be like, oh, this is one of those dreams. Like almost always, it's a tooth thing. Like
they fall out.
I'll be having. Yeah, or like because I grind my teeth really bad, I'll be dreaming about grinding my teeth. Like that might just be sleep paralysis at that point. But like I'll just lay there thinking about like, I'm literally grinding my teeth till they're falling out, or like it's just bullshit. My dreams are like, I'm sure I'll have some interesting ones though once I'm sober for a while.
Yeah, I've been having some weird like anxiety ones recently too. Like I had one where it was 2 in a row. Like I like woke up and went back to bed, and I was trapped in Squid Game both times, but in different areas.
What the fuck? That's crazy.
And like the first, like one of them was I was trapped in Squid Game, but like in like Brazil for some reason. And I don't know if you know who like Bruta Boy or like Roots Baby is, but I was able to get out. I've never been here before. He's from Brazil, but he happened to like be there. And it was like really flimsy. Yeah. He was like the exit, shooting like a music video where there was like him and like 30 people like moshing. And I was like, well, if I get in that crowd, they won't find me. Like the guards won't find me. And I like dipped out to go there, but then I woke up, and I got stuck in a different Squid Game dream.
Makes sense. I wish I could like remember my dreams more often. Like I want to do a dream journal, but I just like wake up and I'm like, that was crazy, but I can't. Like it's like that Adventure Time episode where he walks out of the pillow fort.
Mm-hmm. I feel like dreams bizarre. Also create like false deja vu. I don't know if you've had that where like you think you've had the dream before, but you haven't.
Yeah, when I was really young, like when my dad was around. Actually, I don't even think he was around at this time, which is why I was like, maybe that didn't happen. I had this weird dream about getting a pink Mustang. I know that's bizarre, and I like for some reason I liked cars when I was really young. I'm not like a car person at all. I don't care anymore. But when I was young, I just thought they were cool. I guess because like I think my like grandpa did, so it just like it influenced me on that. And I always liked things with a bunch of different classifications, and they all look different. You know what I mean? Like Pokemon things. It's like, like I just want to know them all, and I feel like with albums now, like that's why I'm listening to so much shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm basically dedicated at this point to hear like the entire '90s Memphis scene.
No, I had that.
And I swear, I feel like I've heard literally
yeah.
like every rapper. I feel like I've literally listened to like everything. Like sometimes it feels like I've heard too much. Like I'm scared of damaging my hearing, but I don't think I have yet. I don't listen too crazy loud usually, so.
No, I've tried listening to stuff without headphones on. Like if I'm just like watching YouTube, I'll put my headphones off for that because I'm paranoid about it now.
Yeah, I want to play more shit on my speaker, like, but I feel bad because it's always annoying shit. You know what I mean? Like it's like you got to be really into the scenes that I'm into, or else like the music will probably just be like, what?
Yeah.
Why are you listening to this?
Speaking of listening to music, so when I was listening through your work, I realized that you've put out an insane amount of music over the years, so much so that I couldn't get to everything that you've put out.
Yeah, I don't expect you to.
Released 6 projects just in this year alone.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. One project of yours that I knew I had to check out though was your most recent album, It's Like to Enjoy 420, to see where you're currently at as an artist. And I'm super glad that I did because that's easily my favorite project of yours so far.
That's great.
Your work's always been super like eclectic to me. And on this one, it feels like you're able to mesh the variety of the production that you always have with more like, I guess like pop centric vocals. Like I feel like the songs are like all like poppier on this one.
Yeah, that's good. I want them to be.
Yeah.
I think since Walking Backwards, though, my music has been a lot poppier. Like to me, a lot of those songs feel pretty poppy still. Like Speedboat, that's like probably one of my best songs still. Buddy or Dunzo. Those songs are really fun to me. But yeah, I just wanted it to be like as catchy as possible. Like I made a lot of songs for this album. Like I've been working on it all year, like while I've dropped everything else, and I'm just saving like my best songs for this. Like that's usually how I treat my albums. Like, and then the mixtapes or EPs will be like side things, either like bonus songs from like tapes that I still think deserve to be heard by someone who might like them. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want my music to just go to a void and then die with me. Like I want it to be out there and exist. Like as much of my music as I can put out there. Like if there's people who want to hear it, then they'll hear it. I don't know.
Yeah. So
and
like
also different people hear every album. Like, you know what I mean? I think that's cool as well. I have a different audience with every project.
So how was working on that project?
It was fun. It was recorded in a bunch of different spots. Like some before I had this job, like that song with Bappy, Everything About Her with Seattle. Yeah, a bunch of those songs were recorded there. And then I got this job here. And I was kind of scared to like record here because I didn't want to get like noise complaints because I literally live in a motel room right now. Like that's why the ceiling looks like this. It's literally like there's a bed right there and a bed right here. And then we have like a cooking pad. Like it's just a shitty motel room. And I live wall to wall with people. There's people there and people right here and people below me. So at this point, I just try not to care. I'm not just going to like not make music because I'm scared of someone else hearing me. Like I don't really care. I'm not friends with the people around me. It's not like I wouldn't even care if they're my friends, to be honest. But it's just I just try to make myself laugh with my songs, I guess. I just try to make silly, annoying beats. That's why I use a lot of those like boing sounds or like that You're a Winner, that sound. I use that a lot recently. That's from Hypnospace Outlaw. That's a good game. I don't know. I was inspired by a lot of video games and like early 2000s like web pages type, like very like GeoCities, like very just like 2000s. I'm inspired by a lot of 2000s stuff, like in terms of the synths. I wanted it to sound like kind of cheap synths. Like I didn't want it to sound super, I don't know, and I feel like it does. Like it sounds like DS games.
Yeah.
But I also think my mixing has gotten like the best in this project. Like I think it's probably still kind of lo-fi. I don't know though. I just assume my music's probably still lo-fi. Like, but I was also trying to make it as clean and clear as possible. Like I wanted it to be my poppiest songs and super melodic beats. And I also tried to strip back a lot of the layers of my beats for this album. Like I tried to make them just as catchy as possible. Like there's like just dominant melodies throughout. And also my beats have always been multi like faceted, like we'll transition through multiple parts, like a chorus part and a verse part. And I try to make them more cohesive now. Like some of my old beats had pretty abrupt switches. changes in them.
Yeah, I
I
think
try to
like
structure my songs more like pop songs, like trap influenced, plug influenced, but like pop structures.
yeah, like on Rip Out My Antenna, I've been going back to that one so much. That one is so fun. Like that might as well be like a Gex song.
That's awesome.
Like it feels like a Gex song,
That's
but like
good.
your way
That's
of
awesome.
doing it.
Yeah, the bass. I've been messing around. Like, I found people like fucking too slimy and shit like that. People who are just doing the abusive bass, and I just wanted my own like absurd bass sound. So like that bass is like the same one that I use in multiple songs, and they're like bottle emotions and something else. Like I just or like in my oldest stuff, I'd probably have even like more distorted bass, like an Onion. That song sounds ridiculous. It's just like completely blasted out. I want to kind of do more in that sound, like where it's very digital. It's kind of like hexed, but more hypnagogic than just straight up bit crushed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that song "Rip Out My Antenna" is the first song I recorded here, actually, like in this room. It's just kind of funny. That's one of my favorite songs as well, for sure, on the tape. Like, I think I ended up pretty catchy.
Mm-hmm. Also, do you pitch up your voice at all when you record? Because now that I'm hearing your speaking voice, like it's lower than I thought it would be. So like,
Yeah. Usually I record to the beat slow down.
oh, then you speed it up
Like,
later.
Yeah. Sometimes I speed up the whole song. Like when I record on like 2004, like his beats, I'll like speed up the whole song. But usually when I speed up the whole song after recording on it, like if it's one of my own beats, it kind of like, you miss a lot of details. Like it messes up how a lot of things sound. But when I pitch down the beat, it just makes it easier. Plus it makes my vocals sound more annoying and chaotic when it's like sped up that way. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can just be crazier. I can like record slower, just be like more wild. Like songs like Daggerfall. That one was recorded like I think 4 semitones down. Like I pitched it down a lot, so my voice was just like really fast. I just wanted that one to be like overwhelming. Same thing with Brain Damage. That one's pretty overwhelming.
Yeah, I like gotta be above it a lot too, because like I've always wanted a sample C swallow me, but I never knew how to do it. And that's like, dude, that's such a. I love how you looped it. It sounds so clean.
The jerk beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just heard that and I was like, oh, you know what? It sounds like I could build an entire song around it. So I just like, I added like piano harmonies and shit to it, so it sounded like totally unique. I have a couple songs that are like samples in that album. Like yeah, that one is maybe the most obvious sample. And Everything About Her sample is some shoegaze song. I don't remember what it's called, but I like chopped up the guitars before the drums came in with like the 808 pattern, and it ended up sounding pretty sick.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like the Panopticon sample on my album Arthropoda on Embarrassed. That song samples Panopticon, like the bluegrass part in that song.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that band. They're great.
I've heard of them.
Or he's great. I guess it's one guy. Yeah. Hopefully I don't get sued for any of these samples.
I mean, like, that's such a great area, because it's like Punk Goes Drill is still up. Like, I don't know if you heard that project, but like Punk Goes Drill is like the most obvious sample to all time. And Polo Perks is like
the
decent.
Polo Perks?
Yeah, Polo Perks.
Oh, it is Polo Perks?
Like he samples Mr. Brightside on that album, and it has like a shit ton of listens. So it's like, I don't know how he's getting away with that.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever be that big. You know what I mean? I don't really plan to be gigantic. I just want to be like someone in the underground. And I feel like there's also people like DJ Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't clear anything. I do think she got in trouble recently, but it took years. Like, so I don't know. I'm just hoping that it can be the same thing for me. I don't sample too often, but like, if I do, it'll probably be like a Nintendo lawsuit. Like, because I have songs that are sampling Pokemon soundtracks and shit like that. Also, I used lots of Nintendo sound fonts like Pokemon and Mario mostly. Oh, and Pikmin actually. I use Pikmin sound font a lot.
Yeah, I know they're like super protective of that. Although I know there's that Drake song that samples the Donkey Kong theme, and that one is fine.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know how that worked, but I know there's that Lil
He
Yachty
paid
song.
a lot of money though.
Yeah, there's some like Lil Yachty song that sampled like the Mario 64. Like I forgot what song it was, but like it couldn't make it onto that album, like the Lil Bo album, because
it's like a SoundCloud song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I probably like that because I love Lil Bo. That tape is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty big influence on me, honestly. Like his silly vocals, and the really like that to me is like peak trap mixing and production. Like the way his voice sits, it's not overly compressed. The way the bass sounds, like it's so dreamy and perfect. Like I love that kind of mixing. I don't think I'll ever fully succumb to the like over compression, I guess, of like the way a lot of modern internet music is going. Like I want to kind of have an almost hypnagogic feel to my music, like it's older than it is. Like even though it does probably sound like it was released this year, it's influenced mostly by older stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it's quite as overly compressed and like loud and distorted as most stuff is, like especially this album.
Yeah, I feel like even in your own discography, I feel like this one is like cleaner than like some of your past stuff has been.
Yeah, I think Arthur Potter was also mostly pretty clean. But yeah, this one is definitely like, I just wanted it to be as clean as possible. I kept mixing over the songs. Not all of them, though. A lot of those songs were the first take, like Bleach. That was like the first beat mix and then the first vocal mix. I just kept the file and didn't do anything with it. Like I just recorded and that was it. Like I didn't do anything. And Gotta Be Above It is the same way. No, actually, I think I edited the beat after. But yeah.
Also, this might be kind of random, but like the beat on Middle Finger Emoji reminds me of like Wolf by Tyler the Creator for some reason. I don't know if that was all an intentional influence. That's one thing I thought of with that song.
Not really on that one, honestly. I do have some Tyler influence, but it's mostly on like earlier stuff. Or like his new album is pretty, like I like that new album a lot. I like how 2000s it sounds. Like it's very, it's kind of influenced by similar stuff that I'm influenced by. Like that dance rap shit, but like making it better than the super dumbed down like most of the pop shit was. Like there's some really good stuff out there, like Young Sam. And yeah, like I said earlier, even just Lil B, I feel like kind of fits into that. Or like Metro Zoo. Metro Zoo influences me a lot, even though I obviously don't support the people who are in Metro Zoo. Great music though. Like Soft Work Hard Head, that song is a huge influence to my music. Like that song sounds so bubbly and sweet. Yeah.
Do you think this album, like doing so well, has like influenced how you want to like take things like going forward at all?
I don't really know. I definitely am going to keep making sound font like bloopy music for probably the rest of the year until I get bored of it, I guess. I've been making a lot of stuff that's similar, just kind of honing in on the songs that people really like on this album. Because I mean, I like all those songs. So like if someone likes a certain vibe, like I'm fully happy to delve deeper. You know what I mean? It's just, I like seeing the feedback. Like people really like Turning Purple. So I think I'm probably going to make more like that. I'm making a lot of like airy, very light on the ear stuff. And I'm also currently making this album that will probably be out before the next like digital bloopy one. Other than the collabs, I have 2 collab albums dropping very soon. But I'm making like an ambient album, kind of. It's like super low key songs. Like sometimes I'll have drums, but they'll be like minimal or just very weird atypical drums. And also I'm like lowering the bit rate and Audacity, like how I used to do with some of my old music. So it has this really weird hazy feel. And I'm also like, after lowering the bit rate, like kind of mixing it differently. So it sounds weird. I don't know. I'm just trying to make like a really lo-fi mix. Yeah. Well, just for this tape, I'm lowering the bit rate using Audacity. And then I bring it back into FL and then I like do other stuff with it, like EQ the highs slightly up again. So it has this, I don't know, it's like you can hear everything clearly, but it has this almost Memphis type of lo-fi-ness to it where it just has this hazy feeling. It's like really nice for being chill, getting high to. Yeah. Like this album is kind of like hyper, not aggressive, but just manic, I think. And this album, I think, is going to be more like super, super chill. Like just lulling you into a stasis. Yeah. So the project features a wide variety of production throughout. And one of my personal favorites on the project is Everything About Her, which, like you said earlier, it's like a shoegaze, like pop song, but with like trap drums over it. So it's super cool. Big fan of that one. And we all have things that we're super into. Like, for example, you're interested in bugs, where we just want to learn everything we possibly can about it. So, given that song's title, what are things that you've been like super into over the years? Yeah, well, obviously Adventure Time. I've been watching a lot of King of the Hill recently as well. I love that show growing up, and but as an adult, it hits way different. It's just sweet. I like the charm it has. Anything I'm watching like bleeds into my music. I'll like just reference stupid shit, like reference like Luann from King of the Hill in my song the other day. I don't even know, man. I I play like games with my friends sometimes, but yeah, honestly, they leak into my music a lot. Like Oblivion. I have a lot of lyrics about Oblivion. When I was playing that, like there was some sort of lyric on "Gotta Be Above It" that was a reference to Skyrim. Oh, no, not "Gotta Be Above It." Rip Out My Antenna. That was like it's just about going up, but it's like something about glitching up a mountain on a horse.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that in that song, and like it's a reference to Scar. Or like, also I think I referenced Oblivion in that song too, saying like, jump on the beat, level up acrobatics, like stupid shit like that. A lot of my childhood shit just kind of still influences me, and I just like revisit a lot. Like Plants vs Zombies, I love that game. It's hard to even say, man. Like,
Yeah, I saw you had the Rose Quartz song, but I used to be so into Steven Universe in like middle school. Like I'd watch all like the theory videos.
Rose Quartz.
Like,
that actually, that song. That's like a really old, like back when I still kind of made like almost synth wavy type stuff. It was actually influenced by shoegaze. I wanted to combine like shoegaze with synthwave back then, but that was just I can't remember what Rose Quartz was in reference to, but it was made for my girlfriend at the time.
I thought the cover was kind of.
It wasn't actually a reference. Yeah, I haven't even actually seen Steven's Universe.
Really, I thought the cover looked like looked like the art style from it, kind of.
I'm pretty sure it's just a picture of my girlfriend at the time.
No, it's like a cartoon character for that one.
Is it?
Yeah. Although looking at closer, that's not Steven Universe art style. Now that I'm looking at it, but that's what I thought it was pink too. That's my bad.
Oh, that's so. There's this like questionable anime that as a kid I had on VHS because like we didn't have like TV as a kid, so I'd just get like random VHS tapes that my mom would pick up. Like some of them are Gundam. I try to talk about Gundam to people at school. Nobody knew what it was, obviously, because like it's kind of before our time. But there's this other one called Brigadoon. I feel like that's not a very popular anime, but I just liked the way it looked a lot, and that's like the girl from Brigadoon.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was still a picture of my ex, but I guess I changed it.
Did you ever watch Invader Zim? Because I feel like you would be really into that for some reason.
Yeah, it does seem like that, honestly, but no, I haven't. What did I watch growing up? Like, I mean, Adventure Time's like my favorite show ever. Like, I love Adventure Time. Obviously, like regular show as a kid. I got to rewatch it though. I would say like Mob Psycho influences my music too. That's a really good anime. I feel like I don't intake enough new art forms. Like I'm very just into music. Like I listen to music literally like all day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I guess that's always changing with me. Like what I'm listening to.
I'm the same way though, because I feel like with music you can do it like while you're playing a game, for example. But if you're like watching a movie, you have to be watching like on the movie.
Yeah,
to, like,
I don't know why. I've
it.
never been into like movies that much. Like I try to watch them, and I just don't. I guess like I watched Ghibli movies recently. Like I started getting into Ghibli movies, and that definitely does influence my music. I can't remember like which ones I've referenced in songs, but I definitely have.
Mm-hmm.
And like the feeling, the whimsy of like those movies, definitely. Like I think I just like that feeling. So like it comes out in my music, and I enjoy things that give off that feeling.
Yeah, from the ones I've watched,
directly inspires my music.
Yeah, from the ones I've watched, I like how it's kind of like you get to like exist in their world, like because like the plots usually aren't that crazy, so you just kind of get to exist with them like in the universe.
Yeah, that's something I noticed. It's like I was watching Totoro, and I was like, "What is even happening in this movie? Like nothing happens. It literally feels like nothing happens until the very end." It's like those movies don't follow like regular structures, which is something I really like. Like most English movies are so like the same formula every goddamn time. Like I can predict everything that's gonna happen, even though like I don't know, maybe I'm just not watching the right movies, but like they don't interest me enough, I guess. Like, you know? Like I just don't like that you can predict so much. Like, but I don't know, Ghibli movies, it's just a different vibe like every time, and it's just like a cute, like you just get to be in the world, and I like that.
Yeah, so you might be able to predict those movies every time, but something that I can never predict in these is because in each interview I like to play rock paper scissors with the artists I have on, and I never know how it's gonna go because I was on a 2-person streak and then I lost to Heartstop Miami in the last interview that I did. So
oh shit, you just interviewed her. I didn't even realize.
Yeah, cool. That was not out yet as when we were doing this, but
yeah,
I lost. I gotta reclaim my honor. So I want to know if you'd like to play rock paper scissors. Just 2 out of 3.
Yeah, of course.
All right.
Let's go.
So you gotta close your eyes because there's the way with the camera.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll close my eyes.
You're just gonna like tell me when to open.
So you don't think I'm cheating. It's like after you guys say shoot, you can open.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. tie.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh.
Oh damn.
So I'm up 1.
Shit.
Rock,
That's fucked
paper,
up.
scissors, shoot. Oh, now we're tied.
This is getting intense.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Tie. Okay.
All right.
Rock, paper,
stressful.
scissors, shoot. GG,
No way.
GG. You won.
I'm just too goated. I'm just too good at rock, paper, scissors. I don't know.
So I was on a 2-person winning streak.
It's funny.
Now I'm on a 2-person losing streak. This is unfortunate.
It's bouncing. Yin and yang.
I don't remember how Aja did, because I don't know what the Winterposse like rep is in these. I'm trying to think, because like when I do these with like collectives, I try to like see like how they generally do to like try to. It's dumb because they're all separate people, so that's not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So like, for example, like a lot of the like Kyoshi certified people have like lost theirs, so like I feel more like confident going into theirs because I just assume they'll lose.
Yeah, Winterposse is just good at. Wait, did he lose against Asha?
I don't remember. That's the thing, so I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. I remember that from the interview though.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who won though. It's tragic.
Well, you won this one, and my ego is shattered.
Sorry, I had to do it.
It's unfortunate, but we
I had
move
to.
on.
I couldn't take it. Couldn't take losing.
So a while ago on your story, you were asking if anyone knew people who did cover art, and I tried directing you to my friend who's done stuff for me in the past. I don't think you ended up like using her for it, but you noticed that she had drawn like the Remember You scene from Adventure Time, and you're like, that'd be
that's
so.
who that is.
Yeah, that'd be so perfect because I have a song on my next album that samples that song. And now that I've gotten to listen through, your work, I now know that song was "Ugh, You Don't Remember Anything, Do You?" off of Arthropoda, which is a personal highlight for me off that album.
I love that song.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I didn't know I was gonna do that. Honestly, I just like made the beat and I was like, I think I just had the file of the audio like on my computer in my effects, so I was like, let's use this. And then it was kind of on beat already, so then I just started like chopping it up. So it was like, yeah, I'll probably do more songs like that because I like that vibe. I might even eventually just do a full like EDM tape.
Mm-hmm. That'd be really cool.
Like how I used to, I guess.
Mm-hmm. But like with your vocals now, you think?
Yeah, I might even do an instrumental one too, though, because I do make like instrumentals and release them on SoundCloud. Like, oh my God, Flip on God. I don't know if you've heard that song, but that one's it's like Gabber. I don't know. I sampled a bunch of my friends with Serum 2. Mm-hmm. I chopped up their vocals and shit. Made like synths out of it. It was pretty cool. It's a fun song to make.
Yeah. Admittedly, hearing the chopped vocals from that scene felt a little like crushing to me, especially because Adventure Time is a show that I heavily associate with my childhood. But as I've gotten older, ironically, I actually don't remember much about that show, even though it is the Remember You scene. But
it's definitely worth a rewatch. As an adult, that shit is ridiculous. It's like I cried so many fucking times. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really like I remember like watching the show, but I think it's more about how it made me feel than like the actual like events in the show. If that makes sense. So
yeah, you probably didn't even like know back then. Like I feel like I didn't. Like it would make me so emotional as a kid, but like I don't even really know why. It was just so good. Also, the songs in that show are so good. Like you can tell that they're so like in the moment. A lot of it's like freestyled. Like just people are so invested into their characters that they can just like make these silly songs. Like the Fiona and Cake remake, I wasn't as like it's still good, but like the songs in it just feel too calculated. You know what I mean? There's something about the looseness and the silliness of the old Adventure Time songs. It's just so perfect. They influenced me a lot, obviously, like Gummy. Like,
yeah. So I was wondering, what are some things that you don't remember anymore? It's kind of a weird question because you don't think about it. But what are things that you've like forgotten over time?
I keep seeing shows that I saw as a kid that I like remember the art style, and I didn't like. I watched the shows because they were on like this like one like I don't even know.
Yeah, it's a hard question. I get it.
Yeah. What's an example of something you forgot? I might give you an idea.
Me and Mike Kaliabu talked about when he did his interview a while back, but one thing we realized was like we don't remember how our like childhood friends' voices sounded, which is weird to think about.
Yeah, there's like friends who I like remember super, super closely, but I barely even remember their face. Or even like the older I get, the worse I'm with names. Like I hate that, or like even just completely forgetting people that I knew. Like on my last job, there was someone who was just talking about someone who was there the year before, who like obviously I knew because I was there as well, talking about this person that had completely left my memory within a year. Like that's scary. I don't like how. Like I feel like the older I get, the more things just get actually completely deleted from my brain.
You know, I had that happen too with like school because I was rewatching my like, I don't know if your school had this, but like there was like a live stream of like my graduation that's just like on YouTube somewhere. So I was like rewatching.
I didn't get to.
Oh wait, because of COVID, right?
Yeah,
Damn.
unfortunately, I didn't even get to like graduate properly. Like I didn't even do my work for like the last half of my year, and then like I didn't get any marks deducted because like no one did work, so like we all just passed. Like your mark didn't get lowered for work that you didn't do. So I just stopped doing shit. It's probably bad for my motivation, but you know,
still graduated.
I didn't care about that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching like the live stream of it, and it was weird because like these are people that I would see like every day for like 4 years, and then or I guess more like 2.5 probably because I lost a year for COVID also. But like these people I see every day. And I just forgot about them entirely because I haven't had to interact with them.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of people. I feel like more people have probably forgotten me because I've had the same Instagram account since high school, and it's just evolved into the Alkaline Pink Instagram. So I feel like many people probably have gone to the page and see that I look like how I do now, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this? Like, why am I following this page?" And then they unfollow me because I don't even have my name, like my full name, on there anymore. So people wouldn't know that it's me. You know what I mean? There's just no reason. I also was like always kind of a weird, off in the corner type kid growing up, like so, especially in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't as talkative during school either. I think another thing I realized I don't remember that much. And it's good if I go to YouTube, but just like I'll definitely watch like so much like YouTube over the years. I couldn't tell you like a majority of what I've watched, which makes me kind of sad to think about.
Yeah, that's true actually. Like I do remember being there for when Markiplier first uploaded the first FNAF video, and also when Jacksepticeye first uploaded the first Undertale video, and putting people onto Undertale like the day after I watched Jacksepticeye play it. But yeah, I don't remember a lot of the other YouTubers I watched back then. Honestly, YouTube has definitely influenced my music too. Like I used to sample Game Grumps. Like on the Cauldron of Woe album, there's definitely some Game Grumps samples in there. I definitely don't sample them anymore, but yeah, I watched a lot of their videos.
Yeah, I did back in like 2015, so it's weird to me that they're still going and still have like a pretty sizable audience like to this day.
Yeah,
even though I'm not
they're the
watching
same
anymore.
Audience, the same people. Like,
yeah,
literally. They're not as funny to me now. I feel like so I just stopped watching them. But like when I actually discovered Game Grumps because I was in the Undertale like fandom. And I was just obsessed with the animations on YouTube back in the day. Those horrible, cringe-ass animations. Like, also, you know, the like Sans Stronger Than You?
Oh, yeah.
And that shit, I knew every fucking word to that. I also watched like Frisk and Carwin, and the Carwin would like make me cry because I thought her voice was so good. Like, it's actually funny thinking back to that.
Wasn't there like the story of Undertale? Wasn't that one too?
I don't remember that one, but
it was like a musical.
Oh, wait. No, here's something I forgot. There's like that Palo guy. I can't remember his name, but the animator, Palo.
Oh, he had like really.
I think so. He just had really silly, fast animation.
Yeah.
Like, really cheap looking, but like cute. He made like a ton of Undertale animations, and I found him from that. But also, I found Game Grumps from Undertale animations because they're animating some Undertale or Game Grumps bit just as the Undertale characters. They hadn't even played it, and I just thought it was really funny. Like I was just dying laughing, and I tried to find the original clip. And then I found Game Grumps, and I just got obsessed with them. Like, they were so funny to me growing up. I was like a stupid, edgy kid, and they kind of like made me a better person because they're like they preach good things. You know what I mean? They're not like they're definitely like edgy-ish, but like they're not edgy like the shit that I was watching before that. Like I was a huge iDubbbz and Filthy Frank fan and shit like that. So
yeah.
I was a big Filthy Frank fan, watching him become Joji. Like I remember when I first heard whatever that really good song is, where he's got the goat legs in the music video. What the hell is that song? But I used to watch that and make it, that would like music used to make me cry a lot, so that would make me cry. Slow Dancing in the Dark.
Oh yeah.
That song's so good. That beat probably still like inspires me to some extent. Like that's just like amazing production.
Mm-hmm.
Good vocals too.
I don't know why they reminded me of this, but like I think one thing that I've kind of forgotten a bit is like math. Because like, obviously I can do basic math stuff, but there's some stuff that I was doing in high school that I just cannot do anymore because I haven't had to think about it. Like,
I literally went to a math like provincial thing in like elementary school. Like I was really good at math and shirt that said mathlete on it. And then I went to high school, and I literally the only reason I didn't fail math in grade 10 was because there was like this art project that you had to do drawing with parabolas. You had to enter like an equation to make a line look a certain way, and you had to like make a picture. And I spent like days on mine, and I made it really good. I can't even remember what I did, but I put a lot of love into it, and that's the only reason I passed with a 51.
Oh yeah, because isn't 50 passing in Canada?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's 70 over here.
Damn, really? That's kind of surprising. I thought Canada had like the like good education system or whatever.
Well, the thing is, like here, even if you don't pass, just pick up Puma in the next grade. It's dumb. Like it's really hard to get held back here.
Well, it's pretty hard to get held back even in Canada. I had one friend who got held back here, but like they kind of just stopped doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a good question to ask though, because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we like don't think of anymore that used to be like a big part of our life at some point. So
yeah. Definitely school. I've forgotten most of the things from school because I don't really care about most of it. Mm-hmm. Like I'm so bad at writing now. Like I was pretty good at writing back then. Like more professionally, rather. Like I don't know. I guess I probably get like my point across easier now than I did then. But like I was definitely way better writing professionally back then. It's spelling probably even like I'm pretty bad at spelling, but I'm dyslexic, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have dysgraphia, I'm pretty sure. So my handwriting has always been like awful.
My handwriting is I was like a really good artist as a kid, like for my age, but terrible at writing. I couldn't even like draw letters well. Like if I tried to like draw them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, did you ever have like the tracing sheets for like handwriting? Like early school?
I was just always terrible at writing. I was really fast, and I could also write without looking at my writing.
Yeah, I would do that too, but my handwriting would always go like it'd like loop around like this and stuff, and like
yeah, so often because I'd write too big, it would like you'd reach like the end of the line and then it would go like down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the page because there's no more line.
Mm-hmm.
Just fitting it off the edge of the page. My poor teachers couldn't read shit.
Yeah, I had like a Spanish assignment in like I think 8th grade where we had to like watch some like show in class and then write something about it, and like, I wasn't paying attention at all. So I would have just been like I made my handwriting so bad on purpose. She had to just pass me on it because like she can't read what it says anyways.
Like, you're not gonna get any better at this, are you?
Yeah, but I got 100 on that assignment somehow, so I don't think she really cared.
Well, there you go. Yeah, wasn't expecting much better. That's funny.
Yeah,
my handwriting is literally it looks the same now as it did when I was like 12 probably. Like,
no, mine's the same way. I think it's probably gotten worse too because I'm not writing as much like on paper.
Yeah, mine's definitely worse than it was in high school, but it was still bad in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of funny how fast you lose anything that you learned in high school. At least I find that. Yeah, I forgot like everything from high school.
I mean, I'm in college now, so I'm still in school, but it's like the stuff I'm doing now is so different than what I was doing there. That like a lot of the skills like have not needed to translate over.
I haven't even gone to college yet. I just like I don't know what I wanted to focus on. So I'm traveling around, I guess, seeing what I want to do, just working kind of shitty jobs. What your 20s are for is to just like live life a little. So like, just trying to get my license and then travel through America and meet as many of my friends as I can. Bunch of albums on the road.
Mm-hmm.
It's the goal, and hopefully, because a lot of them want to leave America, we can like set up in Canada. I hope
that'd be awesome.
Yeah, right. Be sick to make a scene here. Like, there's not very many people in Canada that are tapped in with like underground shit. In America, it seems way more like common for young people that actually care about internet scenes and shit. Like people in Canada, everyone likes country and shit. Like everyone's just like they like older stuff or country.
I think it's also because some of the artists like are American too, so it's just like integrated into our culture. Because like for all of you
That's
in
true.
Canada, like you're doing stuff with people in the U.S. It's not like you're doing stuff with people in Canada for the most part.
Doing stuff with people all over, like Ponzi's in the Philippines, Flip Phone Gods from Chile. Yeah, I mean, I have friends all over. I have some other friends in Canada too, like Blicko's in Canada and Alberta. Obviously Aja. There's a guy called Snowpoint Apathy. He's really good. I made music with. Actually, have I made music with him for a while? I've known about him for a while, but we have a couple songs together.
I think that'd be cool though, because like I don't know, I feel like you can kind of create a scene anywhere as long as there's people like behind the movement.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's
I just need more people here.
Yeah.
Like more of my friends, like I have to link up with like Aja more consistently, or just get people like Seattle really wants to come to Canada. I would like help them too. Like I want to get them like a job at some of the bullshit places that I work at, just because they're good for like our routines, I guess. Of you just do a little bit of shit at work that you don't really want to do, but it's not hard work. Get home and then make music with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
This have to do like Seattle needs more money to get like a passport. That's usually the issue with all of them. They all just need passports, and then I can get them jobs.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Right.
So when I was listening through your music and seeing where you first started from, I related a lot to your journey, as I too started out making instrumental music and having my friends do the vocals on it before I started doing my own vocals later on. And before we did this interview, me and you were both talking about some of your older releases and how you weren't as happy with them now that you've improved as both a producer and a vocalist. Despite this though, as far as I'm aware, almost all your old music is still updating all the way back to 2020. So like, how do you feel about your older work? How do you think it shaped like who you are as an artist today?
A lot of my oldest stuff, I do actually still really like that tape with Kaiju Soup. I like those songs a lot. I really like Pink Tape. I just think I got my vision across with those ones. Like I had more of a vision of what I wanted to do. Like I wanted to make something that fit into this niche, but had like a unique feeling. Like Sable Eye as well. I forgot about that song. That one does pretty well. That time I was just challenging myself to make as long longest song as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I sampled like Hey There Delilah on it. I like all that stuff still. Like they all have like questionable parts that I maybe realized like just after the fact, but like in retrospect, I kind of like them because they're just so weird. Like there's like weird dissonance in Sable Eye, like because things aren't necessarily always in key, but it kind of works. It adds to the chaotic vibe. And in my earliest vocal music, like Forest Nymph, I think that tape is still pretty good. There's the other one that's like an EDM tape. I can't really remember what it's called, but I don't like that one as much. It's just, it had like rougher vocals. I feel like Forest Nymph was like my favorite songs at the time. Those were all recorded in the woods at my last job, like before, because I lived like room to room with people, and I also had a roommate, so I didn't want to like do things and disturb them, or just like be in my room and then my roommate gets home while I'm recording. Like that would be embarrassing. So I just walk off with my laptop, and my laptop was a shitty battery, so I had to do it in a certain amount of time, otherwise it would just die. And I would put it on this like, it was like this garbage dump basically in the middle of the fucking woods at this resort because they're like terrible out there. And I just set it up on this like random counter that's like literally out in the middle of the forest. I put my laptop on there and I would just yell into my phone, and you could like hear that I was outside. But also it was like really clear vocals. Like when you're not in a room, you don't get any echo at all. Like it's just, it sounded really cool. It sounded better than like anything that I recorded after the fact where I was in the garage. And that's when I start to really not like my music because there's all this extra noise around my vocals, and it kind of messes with the auto-tune to an extent, even because there's so much like presence to my voice that shouldn't even be there. Like, especially with Anomalous Cars, especially with Trilobite. Also, just like, I was born in 2003 though. I don't know if you heard that album. That one's on SoundCloud. It's not one of my best though. That's why I like took it off Spotify. I just feel like, I don't know, I honed in on my vocals more. Like there's ideas in my old stuff that I like vocal melodies. Some lyrics are pretty good because I was like not doing well back then. So like the like Bodies Intertwined, that is like some good lyrics and stuff. But a lot of my old stuff, just Anomalous Cars till like that Blood tape, the like Heart Blood tape.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like most of that stuff, honestly. Even like Anomalous Cars 1.5 is like just a group of like bonus songs from over the years. And I also like that tape probably more than Anomalous Cars just because it's like mixed better. But people who like Anomalous Cars like that it sounds as shitty as it does. So like, I have this like urge to re-record those songs, but I don't know if it would just
I feel
ruin
like you
it,
can't
know what I mean?
recapture like what you had on it for people that liked it.
Yeah.
I feel like the cover
And
also like
like
matches the vibe like perfectly in terms of like how you're supposed to feel
yeah,
from
I
it.
do like that cover. I do think that's one of my best covers. Yeah, I like getting other people to do my covers now though. Like I just like getting like input on that. I'm not like the best at making art, honestly. Like it takes a while for me to like actually choose an album cover, but there's just certain artists. Like there's this person, I don't know where she's at right now, but Mango Whore was her like Instagram user handle, and she did the cover for Arthropoda, and also like did like one for One Rot 3 that we didn't end up using. I feel bad about, but she's just chill. She makes really nice art. I feel like it encapsulates the like 2000s web page type vibe, especially Flip on God definitely leaned into that very heavily with the covers for like all the blinkies that are on the covers for the songs on the Insect Enjoyer like a SoundCloud page. Even the album cover like it has like the weed blinky and the like shroom blinky. It'd be cool to have an actual GIF for a cover, but like it's just sad that they don't like move, you know.
I mean, you
like,
could do like
platforms.
there's an Animal Collective cover that moves when you look at it because it's like an illusion. So
oh yeah, that's true. I could do something like that. Yeah, Animal Collective is a pretty big influence. Psychedelic music in general. Like I used to be huge into like Flaming Lips, and that was a big inspiration on like my old Narcosis stuff. Like I wanted that kind of like dreamy psychedelia feel.
Yeah, I know like David
Hazy.
Bowie also, right?
Yeah, I was a big David Bowie fan back then. Oh yeah, there was actually Bowie samples on that, wasn't there? I think I don't even remember on that tape. I think actually those songs didn't get released. The Bowie sample. Wait, I can't really remember. There's a lot of samples in that album. Most of them were just songs I randomly heard one time, and I'm like, oh, I could sample that. I like sampling like synth pop, especially.
Yeah. I think what you were saying earlier though, how you kind of want to experiment with doing instrumental stuff again now that you feel like you have like a better idea of how you want to go about it.
Yeah, it'd probably just be like a little off to the side mixtape type deal. Like a lot of my projects are like, it'd probably be like 5 songs, and it'd probably just be like stuff I've made over a course of period that wasn't even necessarily supposed to be a project. You know what I mean? Like I just so happen to make all these instrumentals, and I can group them together because I think they're worth hearing. I will do that eventually though, for sure. Like I might even do one that's kind of like IDM influenced, but like sample based stuff. Because I really like, I don't know, I just like sampling. I'd say like a third of my songs have samples. Not on, well, yeah, honestly, like a lot of the songs on even the new one, like 3 songs. Like you mentioned earlier, Middle Finger Emoji, that one samples Strawberry Machine, I think is the name of the group. They're like Pico Pop.
Yeah. And then you've been talking about it a bit throughout this, but like I said earlier in the interview, your drive when it comes to releases is almost unmatched. And considering your most recent project, my favorite of yours, I'm very excited to see where you go from here. So like, what's next for Alkaline Pink?
Well, definitely those 2 collab projects. There's one with Flip Phone God that will probably come out first. It's pretty much done. A lot of experiments on there. There's a couple songs where I'm just straight up rapping with no auto-tune, which is new for me. And lots of like dance stuff that was produced by like Seattle. It's all Winterposse production actually. There's people like Sale, aka Xenogagia, aka Dyterra, aka Earthmover, aka VTech. Those are all some of her names. She produces multiple songs in there. My Skull Emoji EP was all produced by her. Yeah, so that's just kind of like another silly bleepy bloopy type project. I only produced 1 song on it. Actually, 3. But 2 of them are collab beats with Flip on God, and she produced some songs for it too. Influenced by like Tread, pushing the silly sound further, honestly. Like it's very silly. The Tread songs especially, like we call it Autism Tread. Because it's very cheeky, very influenced by like autism music in general, like just very into annoying sounding niches, like very just tickles your brain if you like annoying music. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if everybody will like it. Lots of honestly, they kind of sound like the penis music meme.
Oh, I remember.
You know that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they kind of sound like that. So that tape's fun. And I also have one that I've produced more songs for, which is the Ponzi collab tape. It's very clean, melodic, and like it's kind of taking the melodic parts, like the almost R&B sounding parts of Insect Enjoyer, and pushing that further. Ponzi is like an insane vocalist. She just has such good vocals. I'm obsessed with Ponzi music. Like, I hope when I go to Australia that we can link up, because apparently she has a friend there, and she's in Philippines, so like it's pretty close to Australia. Might actually be able to link up, make music together. Definitely, I plan to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I like that you have like I don't know, like you want to make all your online stuff like feel real, I guess, making it more like in person. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I definitely want to. I like physicals have been a like an idea for a while. I guess I just haven't like made covers for myself that I'm like, okay, I want to put this on a CD.
Yeah, I mean, there's like copper cassettes.
I want it to be
good
with
them, but like you can probably reach out to them about it.
Oh yeah, that's true. I could do them. There's also Geok, who has been listening to my music recently. I could probably I might message him. We were talking about it a while ago, back when I made like Anomaly Chorus, and I'm glad I never did physicals for that, because that would not be my first choice. Arthropoda would be fun to do physicals for. There's a lot of songs in there. I wish I split that up into 2 albums though, honestly, but it's all right.
Yeah, because I know you said you're trying to make your music feel more focused now, right? In terms of like a project experience.
I like really long albums, and I like the idea of like someone who really likes what I'm doing will see that every song, it's not like it's just 24 songs of the same thing. Like, it's very different track to track. Like, and if you like weird ideas, like, you'll probably like that it's so long. And I've had that from multiple people, so I'll definitely do more super long albums, but I'm trying to get more attention, I guess. I want more people to hear my music. I've just been stuck in the same place for so long now. I'm always reaching out to people, but I've collabed with like a lot of people in the scene, but still I'm just kind of in the same spot. And every project I release just has fewer listeners, what it feels like. So I'm just trying to like make it more easily approachable. You know what I mean? Like the Ponzi and Flip Phone God tapes are both like under 30 minutes. Like the Ponzi one's only like 15 minutes. It'll be a little bit longer when it's done, but like it's pretty much done. Only like 1 or 2 more songs.
Yeah, but I feel like you could use those projects as a way to like bring people into like your work, and then if they want to check out more, like you have the longer projects already there. So
yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I don't know. I always think of cleaning up my Spotify so it's not so daunting when you look at my page, especially because I don't want most of my old stuff to even be prioritized over my new stuff. But I also don't want to like upset the people who actually like that stuff, because that's like most people who have heard my music have heard Anomaly Chorus and not any of my like new stuff. You know what I mean? I'm trying to like, so I don't want to like delete the only thing that people like have been returning to. I don't know, because I just want to make stuff that people enjoy. Like, obviously I don't have any, I'm not making it for someone else when I'm making it. I just kind of appreciate the feedback, I guess, and I'll push the sounds that I already enjoy further if people enjoy them. That's what I've been doing lately. Like with this Ponzi tape is very inspired by some of the better songs on Insect Enjoyer.
I mean, I'm excited to hear it because like Insect Enjoyer is my favorite from you so far. It feels like your most like focused project, I would say. So excited to see where you go from here.
Definitely are like, they feel pretty cohesive. Very similar sounds throughout them, but they also sound very different. And then also, yeah, there's that like really like lo-fi ambient tape I'm working on too. It'll be this year probably. I'm assuming. I hope so. So yeah, I guess like 3 more projects this year. Seems like. So
that'd be like nine in total from this year.
Yeah, I guess so. I for some reason my brain is like, I've released 2 projects, Arthropoda and Insect Enjoyer, but cool as heck. Skull Emoji, Anomaly Chorus 0.5. Though that one's just, I kind of treat that one as like a compilation in a way.
There's also keygeN too, so.
Oh shit, yeah. Forgot about that. Also, yeah, Aja and I were thinking we're probably going to release under the name Hashish for now, because there's about 1 billion other artists currently releasing music under the name keygeN. There's also keygeN music, so like, you know, we're trying to have a more recognizable name, I guess.
That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah. keygeN obviously, because like we RU Tracker. Shout out RU Tracker.
Yeah. All right. Well, as the episode comes to a close, is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I mean, everyone I've pretty much said already. Winterposse. Let me list some names. There's obviously Aja, Seattle. Check out Seattle on Permanent Girl is her SoundCloud right now. Ponzi, aka Lumen, aka Blip. If you're in Philippines, she's playing shows all the time. Sail. I don't even know where to direct you for Sail, but Earth Mover, Daitura, a whole bunch of different names, honestly, like Gajia on YouTube. Flip Phone God, she is a goat, always making me art, we're always working together. Like Aja's a little bit more like in her own bag right now. And like I've probably been making the most amount of music with Flip Phone God. God, I'm gonna be embarrassed if I forget people. Let me think.
I mean, you could just say like they know who they are, because like there's so many, you can't do everyone.
That's true.
It's hard.
Yeah, there's like Blicko. There's also people not in Winterposse, like there's Sonic. Oh yeah, V Folia. Shout out V Folia. Sonic. Shout out Sonic. I don't know. I could fucking go out. I could go all day. I feel bad forgetting people's names. Oh, Oki. I got so many songs with Oki too. I love her music. Hope she hones in on that hyper aggressive trap shit. That's so good. 2004. There's so many of his beats. He's such an influence on my sound. Yeah, Sterling Bidler, Thrader. Yeah, those are people. And obviously, if I talk to you, I'm sorry if I forgot you. Window, 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 or W1. Snow Point Apathy. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not forgetting people. I mean, I am, but you know, I got a bunch of names out. Jalfa D, Audrey Swag, used to work with her a lot. Scythiness. Obviously can't forget Scythiness. Yeah. That's probably good, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
All right. Well, shout out all those people. And shout out Alkaline Pink. Thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Of course, yeah, I liked going through your stuff, learn. Because again, like I knew about you for a while, so it was really cool to actually get to listen to your music and like know you as an artist.
I think I found
just, like,
your
a
page when you interviewed Aja as well. Like I didn't even know about you before that.
Oh really?
Yeah, I don't think so.
I saw you commented like on the video for that like a few times. So
yeah, I was hyped to see that. That made me so happy. Because you're going through Killstreak, right? All the people in there.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, shout out Killstreak as well. There's lots of people I talked to in there too.
Yeah. So all the Alki's links will be in the description. So if you were not tapped in with them already, go do that. What are you doing? I'll also have 3 of my favorite songs of theirs in the playlist that are on Spotify and SoundCloud. So I know they have a lot of music out, but even like an intro to their work, that'll be there too. And is there anything else that you'd like to say? I think that's everything for me.
I'd say the good albums, Walking Backwards, Spriggan, Arthropoda, and Insect Enjoyer. Those are 4 quality tapes, I think, that are true to my core.
I would agree.
And they all, hell yeah. They'll express different sides of me. Spriggan is very short if you want to listen to that one first.
Yeah.
And also hit me up if you want to make music with me. I work with people all the time. I'm always trying to work. And if you want to send me ambient beats, anyone, I'm trying to get on some weird blissful ambient shit. Yeah. And shout out everybody.
Shout out everyone. All right. Well, I'm Amu. This has been the Hidden Driveway Show. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you for tapping in. Thank you for having me on.